For all of you that were disappointed with Batman vs Superman, well, I believe now is the time for redemption for our favorite Caped Crusader. Batman the Killing Joke. Now, Batman the Killing Joke is a remake of the beloved graphic novel by Alan Moore that goes by the same name. In the movie, the Joker challenges Batman mentally to a point that he probably has never done before. He wants to prove that everyone can be insane. And of course, that means chaos and violence. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I have never read The Killing Joke before. I know it's one of the most iconic Batman Joker stories of all time, but I never read it, and I'm gonna be honest about that. However, my friends did fill me in. They told me what the story was all about. They told me about all the little details, and I just saw the movie, and I gotta admit, it was pretty damn cool. The interesting thing about this movie, like right out the gate, it's not about Batman, and it's not about the Joker at the beginning. The first 30 minutes are about Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. And I did hear a lot of complaints about that. A lot of people did not like the prologue. It's about her going after a criminal that is obsessed with her, almost sexually obsessed with her. And I thought that prologue was phenomenal. I don't know why people didn't like it. I guess because it's not lore. I guess it doesn't feed into the comic book, but since I did not read the comic book, I believe I'm a lot more objective because that prologue was cool. Barbara Gordon is a fascinating character, and I believe it was necessary to flesh her out a little bit more and to present her to a new audience because let's face it, a lot of people don't know too much about Barbara Gordon. I mean, I know her from the animated series, but I haven't read too many comic books. And let's look at the Batman movies. The only Batman movie that features Batgirl is Batman and Robin. And that is not even Barbara Gordon, that's Barbara Pennyworth, and we do not have to talk about Batman and Robin. So I really like that. That prologue is awesome. The criticism that I do realize is the fact that it feels out of touch. It feels disconnected from the rest of the story. Because later on, when all the Joker stuff and all the Killing Joke stuff happens, it feels like these are two different movies. But again, two movies for the price of one. It's hard for me to complain, but I do see flaws in the narrative because it doesn't really feed into it too much. But it also added a lot more mystery to the character of Batman because for the very first time, we the audience witnessed Batman out of the eyes of Batgirl. And not only is their relationship insanely interesting and complicated to say the least, but it added mystery to Batman because he was this mentor figure. He was this mystery figure. He was this weird guy walking in the shadows. And I mean, that's great. Less is always more. And let's get to the Joker and the Killing Joke aspect. I loved it. And this is by far the most violent, the most twisted, the most insane interpretation of the Joker that we've ever seen on the big screen, in my humble opinion. Yeah. He is crazier than Heath Ledger's Joker. I've always been obsessed with the Joker. I mean, oh yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad. So I did love the portrayal. And the voice acting is awesome. I mean, Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman to me because I grew up with the animated series. I still think it's the best Batman voice ever, and the costumes are very, very reminiscent. Batman's costume looks like the animated series. Batgirl's costume looks like the animated series, and even the Joker. And the Joker was voiced again by Mark Hamill. One word: perfection. Mark Hamill is fabulous as the Joker. If you ever played any of the Arkham Asylum games or watched the original animated series, you know that Mark Hamill kills it as the Joker, and he absolutely does. However, I do have an issue to address, and I hate to address this because this movie is not perfect to me. This movie has some flaws. Aside from the little disconnected narrative, it is actually something concerning the Joker. It's the fact that he gets an origin story. Yes, we get to see how the Joker became the Joker, and I do not like seeing this. I think the movie, and And the graphic novel would have been better if they cut that out completely. Because to me, the Joker is all about unpredictability. He's the one guy who you're not supposed to know where he came from, why he does what he does. His actions speak for themselves and they're open to interpretation. The Joker is the one dude that the villains of Gotham are not able to rely on, are not able to trust because he will betray them. It's great that he does not have a name. It's great that you never even know where he came from. And he's just the answer to Batman. He is his opposite. But if you give us a backstory and if you explain a little bit more about his private life, his motivations, and how he became so insane, to me, that destroys the character a little bit. Everything Joker related, when he is the Joker, and everything Joker-ish that he does is fabulous. And if they had not included this backstory, this interpretation of the Joker might have been my favorite of all time, because he's brutal, he's crazy, he's a twisted fuck, he is violent, he's psychotic, but he's also funny in a very, very dark way. And this movie has a great depiction of the relationship between Batman and the Joker, because people sometimes forget these two aren't just good guy and bad guy. No, they have been doing this for years. So there is a relationship. There is a mutual attempt to understand one another and convince one another of each other. So this is a full-on relationship. And they portrayed that relationship so well that me as a fanboy, yeah, I was geeking out. And the style of the movie, this is a detective noir psychological crime thriller. Boy, try saying this 3 times in a row. Gotham is this dark mythological place drenched in rain and darkness. Like there's this one shot of Batman approaching Arkham Asylum and it's twisted, it's dark, makes you feel uncomfortable, almost like the movie Seven. Yeah, this is what Gotham should be, this is what the tone should be, and Batman is clearly a detective as well. So all in all, I had a blast with this film. The Joker was great, but I did believe that they screwed him up a little bit by giving him a backstory. The prologue was great and the Killing Joke stuff was great. However, did these two things fit perfectly? Not 100% no. But all in all, if you're a Batman fan, if you're a Joker fan, go and check this one out. You will not regret it, because Batman the Killing Joke gets the silver medal. I was pleasantly surprised by this film. I don't even know how long they're going to show it in theaters. I think it's about to come out on Blu-ray and DVD. But if you get the chance, check it out. It was great. And stay tuned, because next week I will be giving you my review of Suicide Squad. Really looking forward to this one, guys. Really looking forward to this one. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.